What's going on out there, family? Star Interstellar here, and as usual, I hope you're all having an incredible day. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about operating in 5D, the Lightbody, the developments that are going on in the 5D and higher Lightbody architecture and templates, and how this relates to the overall your evolution, the evolution of humanity, a few different topics and things like that. And so what I want to say here is, as we enter the Aquarian age, what this process that we've been part of is the breaking down of the shadow material, the trauma, the programming and conditioning, that you could call it the veil. People talk about seeing through the veil, right? Well, the veil, really what that is, are these layers of shadow, trauma, programming, conditioning that make us more separate from one another, right? Separate from these higher dimensional realms, from heaven, if you will, which are these higher dimensional layers of reality. And so as we've been entering the Aquarian age, what we've been having is, what is called revelations in the Bible, or the apocalypse. Our great friend, Peace Dealer Michael, talks about that. We're in an apocalypse cycle all the time. In his videos, if you've checked those out, I'm sure. What does that really mean? Well, it really means that the old ways, the old reality, the shadows, trauma, programming, conditioning, literally the walls and the density that has held that reality into place have been breaking down. And this is a process, of course, that on an internal level has to do with confronting, transmuting, shifting, alchemizing, facing, feeling our shadows, our programming, our trauma, our conditioning. This is why, we each have the opportunity to do that work and to enter into heaven, which is, the 5D and higher realms. There's literally, the Bible talks about how you can either stay in hell, right? What is hell? Hell is that subconscious, Pluto-ruled, Saturn-ruled aspects of ourself that have these traumas and reptilian aspects and these controlling power structures of trauma that keep us locked in the hell realms, right? And the Christic force, right, the return of Christ, the return of Sophia Christ, is this transformative evolutionary force, this life force within us that can assist us in breaking down the trauma, the programming, conditioning, so we can enter into this new heaven and new earth, right? This Aquarian 5D quantum sovereign realm. And this is a process that's been going on. And now, so you see, you have the masculine Christic force, which is the consciousness, the awareness. It's also related to the word, and that, that penetrating masculine force, which of course first came in and incarnated a long time ago. The masculine aspect of that Christic force entered into the earth, and now we're seeing the evolution of Sophia, the feminine aspect of that force, which the feminine aspect is the body, right? Is the feminine, the body of this consciousness, because everything that you see here, humanity as a whole, is this child of creation, okay? That you could call the child Sophia Christ, if you will. And we are a cell within that. And we are each, if we choose, going through our own entrance into becoming part of that body. And on a personal level, what this means is there's a development of that body, right? Just like our, physical body has organs and glands and things like that. So now what's been coming online and becoming available as that shadow and trauma programming conditioning gets broken down is that shadow gets reorganized like a dragonfly or a butterfly. There's a caterpillar body that gets digested into the butterfly body or the dragonfly body. So that dragonfly body for us is the Sophia, the feminine aspect, or the light body, right? In this light body, it has its own architecture, its own aspects of the bodies, separate aspects of the body that allow us to sense and function in 3D. And there's also aspects that allow us to sense and function in 5D, 7D, these higher realms. And I would like to go ahead and say, if you're getting some stuff out of this content, please go ahead, smash up the like button, share, comment. Really appreciate you all. This information definitely wants to get out there. So please, spread it far and wide. And I love your comments and appreciation so much. And so I'll keep going though. Just, got to throw that in there. Really appreciate you all and your support out there. And one more thing, I will be on coming up, if you go to thepeacestealer.com/events, I believe it is. If you go to the events section, I'm doing a very in-depth webinar with Michael, with the Peace Stealer. It's called the Celestial Glow Up for Leo season. I will be going in depth into these topics on there if you're resonating with this, getting a lot more into the details. So go ahead and sign up now. I'd love to see you there, interact with you all. So, rolling back though for 1 second here. So we have this architecture, right? The sense organs, essentially the glands and organs of the sophionic body, the feminine aspect of this multidimensional quantum child that's coming online. And so as this stuff's broken down, those new templates, the energy, let's look at it like this, the raw energy for this new body becomes available to us. And it's just like the development of a child in the womb, right? So if you look at, when a baby gets born, there is something that is organizing that body of that child into the physical body. And then there's something that, the unseen pattern that tells it, okay, now, grow the bones, grow the heart, grow the liver, grow the lungs. Okay, now next stage, grow, right? There's this unseen energetic aspect of things. Now, there's also ways to work with that body to sense in those levels and layers of frequency of a new reality. So the physical body giving us the ability to operate, my sense of touch allows me to touch this guitar right now, right? 5 senses, okay? And we now have the ability to go much further beyond that and sense, in new levels and layers of a more expanded reality that wasn't as fully accessible as it is before. And that's what the new templates and architecture allow us to do, right? And this has to do with quantum co-creation and co-creation in 5D and higher realms. And so I will be going into a lot more depth in this with the Peace Stealer. What I also want to say right now is I've come up with a new guided meditation, a little ceremony that what it does is it brings you deep into anchoring this quantum architecture, anchoring these 5D and higher templates into your grid with the ability to anchor them into place and set them, assisting your ability to operate more easily, more readily, anchoring in these templates and architecture into your energy bodies to assist in your quantum co-creation in these realms, to anchor in those templates as they have become clear and evolved for myself, to essentially, just as a cell does in the body's development, it passes on templates and energy structures and things like that to assist in the evolution of a physical child. This is essentially how this works. I've created this meditation to anchor in these templates as they've been received through creator, through connection to that energetic force within me. And you can check out that link below if you want to download that. It's it's a great and powerful tool and entrance into the next layers and levels of this quantum co-creation. And it could also be a great parallel or support to that webinar or something like that, or even doing a session. If you want, we can get really deep in shifting, assisting in transmuting some of these levels and layers of trauma to assist in entering into that highest organic timeline. And that's what's really important to understand too about this architecture, is it was also custom tailored to be perfectly in alignment for your unique organic divine blueprint, in alignment with your highest and best timeline. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and I can't wait for future connections and transmissions, and can't wait to see you at the celestial glow up. Thanks so much.